Hey there, hero. A couple things happened this week that I want to kind of combine and share with you. I had someone ask me once again via email this conversational read that I keep hearing casting directors really want, this natural conversational read. What's that all about? What is that? How does that work? How do you know when you've achieved a conversational read? Um, and this is as opposed to an announcery read, which, if they want announcers, they can find announcers. Everybody's got an announcer in them. You hear that on the radio, you hear that on television, you know what the classic announcer read is, but then you say to yourself, okay, how can I achieve that conversational read, that non-announcer read? So let's say that the announcer in you is your SingleA version, the SingleA version of how you read copy and what you do, the announcer, A for announcer. What if there was an approach that you could practice to sort of fit into, put your fingers in that particular type of finger slots and beat with that particular version of you's heart? So I would like to suggest that you use not the SingleA version of you, but the TripleA version of you. Don't think, how does it sound on the radio? How do they sound? How do classic, we jump right to that. I'm going to do this very, very announcer-like, right? But what if you choose the 3A's that I'm talking about for your AAA version? And that is your authentic self, the self that you use when you talk to people and explain things to people and converse with people, your authentic self. Your authoritative self, meaning you're really well-versed, you're knowledgeable, you're enthusiastic. This isn't something that's a chore for you to talk about. You're, very pro whatever the service or product is that you're selling, that authority. So authenticity and authority. And the third one is agility, not pointing a finger at the authenticity and pointing a finger at the authority. Why? Listen to me, because that brings you into that announcer area, but you're fast about it. You're quick about it. You're efficient about it. You can do it quickly. So when you talk about something that you really like a lot, like for example, I really, really like ScreenFlow. And I was asked about this day before yesterday. My client and student and friend, Kurt Bonham, said, what's that software that you... No, it wasn't Kurt. It was Todd. Sorry, Kurt. You like it too. But Todd said, what's that editing software that you use? It's like Workflow or work something. And I said, no, it's not Workflow. It's ScreenFlow. So if I were to talk about ScreenFlow, I could talk about it as my SingleA self. ScreenFlow is made by Telestream. Not that, that's sort of a cartoonish version of it, but that's the approach you take when you go right to that. ScreenFlow is made by Telestream, right? You've got energy and you're speaking to a big room and you've got a smile on your face. But what if I was just authentic, me, authoritative, what I love about it, and agile? I can do it quickly. It's ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is by Telestream. It's available for Macintosh. It's about $129. Now think about that. When you take a look at a piece of copy, do you go right for the SingleA version of yourself, the announcer version, because that's what you grew up with, that's what you're familiar with, that's what seems to make sense? Or can you take the moment to look at something, look at a piece of copy, and say, how would I say this if I was just being me? If I was just being the authentic version of me, not a super cool, new, awesome version of you that's worth getting paid for what they do, but actually just you. You still are worth getting paid, being just you. And that authenticity that says, I know what I'm talking about, happy to help you. And the agility of being able to get right to it and not call attention to it, but get right to it. So the AAA version is the authentic, authoritative, and agile version. The SingleA version, the announcery version. Which would you rather have? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to find out if this is resonating with you. I'd love to find out if this is something that is helpful. If you want to join my mailing list and be notified when these videos come out, please join below. At the bottom of the screen, there's something that calls Get on the List. You can get on the list. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.